The fact that you interviewed Barack Obama's former girlfriend and the specifics of that sort of part of his origin story.
One of the most striking things about Dreams from My Father, Barack's memoir, is the utter absence of women from the book.
That when Barack Obama wrote his first memoir, Dreams from My Father, he has an incident where he broke up with a white girlfriend supposedly because she couldn't understand why he wanted to get in touch with his black identity. And were actual handwritten letters from Barack Obama to one of his girlfriends talking about his, and this is a direct quote, repeatedly fantasizing about making love to men.
It looks like all eyes of the nation are now on the former President Barack Obama as his dark, intimate secrets keep shaking the still waters of the society. Apparently, after the mysterious demise of Obama's personal chef Tafari Campbell, the president's biographer feels like it's his turn to be punished for exposing the truth about the former POTUS's intimate preferences. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Celeb Live channel. So, the jaw-dropping allegations about Barack Obama being into men have recently rocked the nation, and now Mr. David Garrow, 70-year-old author of Rising Star, The Making of Barack Obama, feels he might be the next victim of the industry's dirty games for exposing Obama's attraction to men. A 1460-page pre-presidential biography, which HarperCollins published in May 2017, contains groundbreaking details of the president's intimate life and his written confessions about fantasizing about sleeping with other men.
Anybody can go and read that letter. They won't let you take a picture of it, but anyone can go and read that. That's, public record.
And although it's not the first time Obama is being exposed as fruity, and in July 2014, the late comedian Joan Rivers already mentioned that Barack Obama is into men, Joan Rivers was no stranger to controversy, told a reporter this week that President the reporter then asked her whether the U.S. will ever see a president who is into men, to which the 81-year-old Rivers responded, "We already have it with Obama, so let's just calm down." Now, we all know what happened to Joan Rivers a couple of months after that. In September 2014, the comedian passed away due to a complication during a routine medical procedure. And it did sound credible at that time, considering Joan's age. But now, since the whole story of Tafari Campbell, the recently and mysteriously drowned personal chef of the former president, hit the headlines,
Obama family is grieving after their personal chef drowned on...
Biographer David Garrow doesn't believe in coincidences anymore, and he's afraid for his dear life because of his book about Obama. As insiders claim, David Garrow went into hiding, and he tries to bring the public attention to this case, thinking that there's no mystery in this untimely demise at all. And Chef fell the victim to the games of authorities because he already knew what David described in his book about Obama's intimate choices.
As I said back then, and it's a phrase that I can frankly say still angers Barack.
But let's delve into the details of this biography and find out what could anger the former president so much and why his team is now allegedly after David. For 6 years, the book with explosive information didn't raise any suspicions, and apparently, the part with Barack's letter to his then girlfriend, Alex McNear, where he had described his wild fantasies of sleeping with men, should have stayed at the manuscript. The original letter, which is now stored at Emory University, read in regard to my choices. I must say that I believe this is an attempt to remove oneself from the present, a refusal perhaps to perpetuate the endless farce of earthly life. You see, I make love to men daily, but in the imagination. Apparently, to cover for Barack, Alex later redacted the most lustful paragraphs, but Garrow could trace the original writing and included it in his tome Rising Star, hoping to describe the most truthful image of Obama.
Yeah, the Washington Post named it one of the 10 best books of 2017, but deeply damaging.
At first, David Garrow didn't see anything criminal in sharing Obama's past experiences and desires. After all, the future president was 21 years old at that time and could simply be experimenting with his preferences and partners. However, it later became clear for everyone that there's more to the story, and as soon Barack Obama took office in 2009, he described himself as a self-described fierce advocate for LGBT rights, winning the hearts of millions of people. When on June 26, 2015, the Supreme Court ruled to legalize same-gender marriages, Obama couldn't be happier, and he addressed the people saying to see people gathered in the evening outside on a beautiful summer night, and to feel accepted, and to feel whole, and to feel accepted, and to feel that they had a right to love. That was pretty cool. However, as David Garrow believes, with his book about Barack's true preferences, he uncovered more than was planned, and apparently, he's now fearing severe repercussions from the former president.
Can and should be critical, but you're not supposed to be hostile.
It looks like the 44th president is afraid that newly surfaced information about his intimate choices may damage his image as a family man and a father. Barack and his wife Michelle have been married since 1992, a huge term for a couple, and as the former First Lady herself once revealed, the world tends to glamorize marriage, while the reality is that matrimony is hard.
It's like there were 10 years or I couldn't stand my husband.
However, even such shocking revelations didn't rock the Obamas' marriage, and apparently, understanding and forgiveness is a key to a lasting union in this family.
She is a little more forgiving of all my flaws.
However, many netizens are not surprised to hear these details, and they have long guessed Obama's preferences. As one user wrote, "I don't know why O is so worried to hide something most of us already knew about him." And another user added that David has all the reasons to fear for his life. What in the world? This dude will be the next I don't understand what going on, but 100 dude is on Obama waiting list. It's unclear why Obama is trying to hide the truth right now, considering he has been advocating for LGBT rights and surrounding himself with male, loving men his entire life. In his new memoir, A Promised Land, the 44th President of the United States confessed that he had been friends with many males who enjoyed men's company as well, and his biggest influence in life was his professor.
Have, multiple relationships when they're, age 20 to age 30. There's nothing particularly unusual or...
Apparently, in college, the young Obama had enough interesting experience. He even had a political science professor at Occidental College who he's considering his mentor. As Obama recalled his friendship with that man in one of his interviews, he was a wonderful guy. He was the first openly men-loving professor that I had ever come in contact with, or openly men-loving person of authority that I had come in contact with. And he was just a terrific guy. However, as David Garrow mentioned, it was hard to find any real evidence about Barack's time in college, and it felt to the biographer that all data had been deleted or tampered with to hide the truth from being discovered.
No one had ever made the effort to, go look at the student directory to see who else was living at the same address as Barack Obama.
Now, Obama himself never mentioned he ever had any relationship with a man, but it seems like on his journey to discover his identity, which he described in that letter to his then-girlfriend Alex, he emphasized his acceptance of his male identity and stumbled upon the fact that he was drawn to men very much, but forced himself to accept the fact that he should only marry a woman in the end.
I think it's innate.
I think that for the most part it is innate, something that is a part of their identity.
Historian and writer David Garrow now regrets ever agreeing to make that book about Barack, and he feels like he uncovered too much, so his life could possibly be in grave danger after the story with Obama's personal chef demise. The original letter is being at Emory University. Its contents inaccessible for photography or removal, and apparently, we will soon witness something sinister happening to the person who dragged the dirty side of Barack to the light. It's been widely speculated if Barack is closeted but made his goal to help other people live freely and love without limits and restrictions. While he was initially opposing same-gender marriage, his stance evolved during his presidential tenure, culminating in his support for its federal legalization in 2015.
I have to tell you, as I said, I've been going through an evolution on this issue.
Now, David thinks he had accidentally put himself in danger by doing his job, and he certainly uncovered way too much information on the former president. As the biographer said, the books Obama wrote about himself doesn't come close enough to reveal his true nature.
You don't get to meet the real Barack Obama reading Dreams from My Father.
And if the readers want to dig to the truth, they should pay closer attention to David's investigation and findings. Although it could be one of the most important works in the writer's career, he now believes it may put his life in danger, as he went too far in his journey to portray the ex-president. Many people believe that after this exposure, David might actually meet the same fate as Obama's late chef. As one user commented, there won't be any justice either. Nothing ever happens to high-profile people. And another user added, I say, don't work for the White House or government if you don't want to be in an accident. Stay safe and away from the White House. Well, let's hope that Obama's chef was the only victim and we won't have to learn about another mysterious incident related to the 44th president. And what do you think about this, guys? Is Obama's team trying to eliminate everyone who knew about his intimate secrets? And will Mr. Garrow be the next on the hit list? Share your thoughts in the hit list. Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'm eager to know what you're thinking. And in the meantime, check my other videos about the sinister side the elites and high-profile people are hiding from us. Well, that's all for today. Thank you for watching and stay tuned to get more juice.